Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to this taste challenge. I have two adjunct lager beers, one from the United States of America, one from Italy. This is Schlitz, introduced in 1849. Well, this recipe in 2007. This is Schlitz. There's the globe with a Schlitz belt buckle tightened around it. It says genuine, pure Joseph Schlitz Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 4.7% alcohol, 20 international bitterness units. I know this because I was looking at the distributor's website and they get their information from where? The brewer. All right. I put the link below to our local distributor. Very helpful website. Good locator tool and good ABV and IBU information when available. Here's the competitor, Birra Moretti. Introduced, it says 1859, but the first can of it wasn't sold, first bottle, sorry, wasn't sold until 1860. So we'll go when it first went on sale. It says bottled in, brewed and bottled by Heineken Italia in Comune Novo BG, Italy, product of Italy. 11.2 ounce bottle. Nice bottle. And there's the man drinking the beer. Best by September of 2022. Established by Luigi Moretti. Luigi Moretti versus Joseph Schlitz. Interestingly enough, when this beer was introduced in 1860 and the company founded in 1859, 139 calories. Okay. I wish we could get their double bock, the La Rosa. Used to get that 7% jewel. The town Undina was not part of Italy. It was part of the Austrian Empire. But Austria lost that territory to the Kingdom of Italy in 1866 because Austria and Prussia had a war. Well, it was a bunch of German states, but those were the two main combatants. And it was called the 6 Weeks' War, and Austria lost. And while they were preoccupied fighting Prussia and losing, Italy invaded southern Austria and seized the territories of Venice and Lombardy. And Undine was in Lombardy. Now it's a thicker head with the Birra Moretti. Creamy head, gold. Same appearance though, gold. A little darker with the Birra Moretti. Schlitz had a pretty big head, nice lacing, clear. They both use corn as the filler, you know, the adjunct. Schlitz using corn syrup, and Birra Moretti using, I think they said maize, but I could go back to check. Beautiful clear day, but cold, but tolerable. It was cold, but when it's dry and sunny, it doesn't feel so bad. When it's windy and damp and cloudy, it feels bad. Art of brewing. Let's see. They got the ABV wrong on their website, just to let you know. They're saying it's 6%. Well, it's not 6%. It's 4.6. How we make beer. They don't show any. They They show wooden barrels. They don't show anything about corn on here. Barley, water, and hops. Oh well. They're leaving an ingredient. They're showing people eating a nice meal with salami. L'Authentica, the authentic, you know. They say their production process remains almost unchanged since 1859. High quality hops, unique taste and fragrance, enhancing its perfectly balanced bitter taste. 6% alcohol, no, wrong, 4.6. Water, malted barley, maize, and hops. Okay, so maize, corn, not corn syrup. The La Raza, Malto Brunito, double malt beer, 100% high quality barley, no corn or rice. Very aromatic hops, 7.2%. Water malt barley. That's an awesome beer. Most craft beers can't touch it. I'm not kidding. It's like, it's perfect. It's awesome. But I can't find it. But I'm going to look. Because I think Crescent Crown distributes Birra Moretti. Well, it tastes nice. Tastes like Schlitz. Meaning barley malt, nice little hoppy action. Let's go over here. You can tell it's using corn instead of corn. It's got that Euro, you know, that Euro lager. Kind of cracker that you do not get in the United States. Trying to check something here. It tastes lighter than the Schlitz, and it is lighter, so 139 calories. I'm trying to check the bitterness units. I think I'll be able to find it. Yeah, 4.6. They got the correct on the German website, but the German website doesn't show the La Raza, so I guess they don't sell it. And it says the draft beer is brewed in Austria. Huh. We'll have to check that website out later. Okay. See what all the different countries get. Let's see, Birra. I don't see it. That's strange. Product style. Let's see, European. Well, I guess we're not going to find out. Oh, well, I tried. All right. Just standing by a pallet of this beer in Lidl, says Sinterklaas. AAS says, cheers, clinking the mugs. Wayne Franklin, Schlitz takes on Europe. Can it survive? Not only will it survive, I say it's going to win. BC's Beer Reviews. BC's Beer Reviews. Hey, I'm like you, regardless of it, if it's in a bottle or a can, I'm going to be reviewing a beer today. Clinking the mug, says BC. Now, my hair is wild because I washed it and it's standing up, but it's clean. We like clean on this channel. We want you to be clean, bathe, wash your hair, brush your teeth, clean. You can do this. It can be done. It should be done. If it's not done, I don't want to talk to you. All right, clean up your act. Okay, Birra Moretti is lighter, more watery, if you want to say that. Has that crackery European biscuit malt thing going. They both have nice lacing. There's a very tiny touch of hop bitterness, grassy hop bitterness, but it's so faint. Oh, but it's there. I could see it going with salami and crackers and some different Italian cheeses. And, well, actually, any Italian food, really any food. We ate those taco salads today. It would have gone well with that. Is it going to be bursting with flavor and just so incredible? Nah, not really. It's incredible in the sense that it's so clean and crisp and easygoing and refreshing and enjoyable. That's the thing about these mass-produced adjunct lagers, or like the La Raza, no adjuncts added. They're so clean and they're so perfectly executed. You know, they're like, there's no flaws. There's no flaw. You don't say, like, what's this weird off flavor, you know? This little chocolate. Because we had a beer today. Awesome beer, you know. Well, naturally flavored with every kind of flavoring. Imperial Stout, 10%, 10.5%. We shared it 3 different people, so it wasn't like we were drinking too much. But I noticed it had like a little chalky thing going. I was like, But I still gave it a 98. But you see, it would have gotten 100 if it hadn't had that. Because it was so, but it's a dessert beer, you know, trying to make it taste like a Boston cream donut or something. That's fine. But it's sort of like detached from what beer, like a lot of people I know that drink beer say, that's not really beer. That's some kind of pastry. Well, it was a pastry stout. You know, they say that's not, it's just improper or whatever they think. I don't think it's improper, but they're not totally clean like this. This is like totally clean. So and the aroma's nice. But the flavor is mellow, mild, and we want to say low profile. If you want to say dull, go ahead. Bland, go ahead. I wouldn't take issue with it. It's like Chivas Regal. Chivas Regal blended Scotch whiskey, the 12-year age, their flagship. It's totally clean, you know, like it's totally executed to perfection. There's no flaws in it, but it's just bland. So I gave it a 90 instead of like a 95 or 96. Can't go wrong with it, but you're not. But you say you got to try the Chivas Regal 13, the Chivas Regal 18, the Chivas Regal Ultimus or Ultimus. I saw that today. It's only $799. Okay, back to Schlitz. It's got those hops that are piney in a very measured and small way. Don't sit there thinking it's going to taste like Sierra Nevada Torpedo. All right. Or like Nick Saban would say, all right. He would also say it's piney relative to other American lager beers, but it's not piney relative to Torpedo. All right. So you understand, but it's just, it has a higher than normal hop resin pickup. It's got sweetness. It's got a higher than average body, although I got to say that it's a little heavier than you would normally get with beers. So all the light beer drinkers I know, which is basically all the drinkers I know, except for David and a few other people, they would think this beer is heavy. They would say, oh, that beer is heavy. I don't like it. Can you imagine what they would think about Schlitz malt liquor? They would be appalled. Can you imagine what they would think about Schlitz Global 8.5? They would gag. But of course, those high gravity Helles Doppelbocks are definitely not for the general audience. Now you might say, oh, those bums drink it. Well, they drink it because it's inexpensive and it's high alcohol. But it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just they drink it because they got some life problems, let's call it. You said they drink Wild Irish Rose Wild Grape. That's bad. Well, yeah, that is bad. Okay. Mostly, not totally, but mostly. I was sipping on. All right. That's a weird price. An interesting product. Scary in a way. A little frightening. Memorable. It's just as cold at your place as here. I'll see that as strange, says Center Class. Yeah, it's 47. Inman 40. Hello, Ron. Good to see you. Good to see you, Inman. Beer break. Where did you find Schlitz? Actually, I found it 1 mile away. Northeast of here at Mathern's Market. It was $10.99 when I bought it a week and a half ago. Now they got it up to $11.49, you know, thanks to the U.S. government. I have spotted Shade for 30 packs at one of my local stores, says Wayne Franklin. No Schlitz around here. Still making Schaefer, huh? Well, that's a good one. Not great, but good. I used to buy it all the time when it was $7.98 a 24 pack. You best to believe it. I used to buy it. It was called the Weekender. The Weekender. Oh yeah. But Schaefer did have a nice taste, though, I gotta say. It was better than a lot of other ones. But then they yanked it from here in 1999, 2000, yeah, around 2000. And then the only thing they had was Schaefer Light. Now that's not even around. Schaefer Light, better than normal light beer. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about Schaefer. I'm not worrying my nerves over Schaefer. Everybody's worrying their nerves over Michelob. People say, boy, what I would pay to get regular Michelob. Now, you might say Michelob. Everybody sells Michelob Ultra, fool. I'm not talking about Michelob Ultra. I'm talking about Michelob Lager. You know, the one that was introduced in 1896? Well, most people don't because they can't find it. Wouldn't you love to find a 12-pack of Michelob bottles? I've never seen the cans in Louisiana in my whole life. I'm not joking. I know you will probably try it, but did you do some research about Bud Light Next? How about the Mountain Dew offering from Boston Brewing? Woo! Oh, my goodness. I didn't do much research on Bud Light Next, but you might be surprised what I got in my fridge right now. You never know who could have a beer distributor person walk up to them and tell them, put it in your pocket and get out of here and don't let anybody see you with it. You never know what could happen. I'm not saying an Anheuser-Busch distributor came and handed me a can of Bud Light Next. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying, but I'm saying you never know what could happen. I didn't definitively say it happened, but But keep your eyes peeled, you heard me? Okay, that's an excellent Italian beer indeed, says Bart Robinson. You know what? It gets excellent-er, more excellent as it warms. I don't say you want to drink it warm. No, don't ever drink it warm. But get a little warmth on it, and that rich Italian barley malt comes out. So the aroma is better than the taste, but the taste is good. Now I like it. You asked me, do you like Birra Moretti? Yes, I like it. Do I love it? Well, I don't know if I love it. I like the bitterness. It's nice. I still can't find Bud Light next, and it's 1 week from the Super Bowl, says Inman. I can't tell you where to buy Bud Light next. I wouldn't know where to find it. But haha. Anyway, but haha. Schlitz wins, but it is a little heavier body. It's only 1% higher alcohol. So now, trade-offs. Trade-offs. There used to be a TV show on PBS called Trade-Offs. Every young person should watch that show. It's about making decisions in your life. It's like most of the time you have to make trade-offs. You say, well, I want to lay around, smoke marijuana, play video games, and then I want to be a lawyer. Well, you're going to have to make some trade-offs. Because otherwise, you ain't going to be a lawyer. It was really about conflicts. And we know the 4 types of conflicts: approach, avoidance, approach, avoidance, and double approach avoidance. This conflict right here is an approach conflict. Either choice is good. So it's not much of a conflict. If I choose Schlitz, I enjoy it. If I choose Birra Moretti, I enjoy it. It's an approach conflict. An avoidance conflict would be like you're about to be executed and they tell you, would you like to be hanged or shot? You choose. It's still a conflict, but you want to avoid either choice because either choice you make is terrible. All right, for you. So you understand. But most choices we make in life are double approach avoidance conflicts, meaning that either choice you make has good and bad with it. And that's what the TV show Trade-Offs was about. Now, in this case, you have to make trade-offs. Schlitz has a nicer flavor, but it's heavier body. I'll grant that. A little heavy on the body. Now, Birra Moretti, there's more negatives than positives in this sense. Yes, it is lighter body, but on the other hand, it doesn't have that much flavor relative to Schlitz and a whole lot of other beers. And secondly, but it has a great aroma, though. It's one of the best smelling beers, I'm telling you. Secondly, it's price. You're not going to buy a 12-pack of Birra Moretti for $10.99, or as the price went up to $11.49. You're not going to buy a 12-pack of Birra Moretti for $11.49. Okay, it ain't going to happen. So forget it. You're going to pay a lot of upcharge on it. Is it going to be worth the money? Well, you're paying for the shipping from Italy. You're paying for the above premium presentation of it. It's presented as an above premium beer. It's got an embossed bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. You're only getting 11.2 ounces. It's a pry cap, meaning fancy, So very nice, but on the other hand, you're going to pay for very nice. But what you get inside the bottle is really no better than a lot of the much cheaper things, you see. All right. So I'm going to say the winner is Schlitz by virtue of all the better benefits. It's not a total winner, as in most cases with beers. or pies or automobiles or earbuds, or any kind of consumer product, it's not going to usually be a total win, but you do the balance sheet and then you get your winner. Steam brew IPA from Lidl is bitter. Lidl. Huh. Well, I'll never know. Oh man, maybe the store is holding it back until next weekend. No, what I was talking about had nothing to do with a store, okay? It's a back behind the scenes deal. Inman says, I remember Newton's Apple and PBS. I don't recall trade-offs. I like Newton's Apple. Trade-offs was like around 1981 to 83. Maybe 83. Steam brew is so bitter it makes me gag. Next time I take Birra Moretti. Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Inman says, I can't get either of these beers near me. I'm sorry to hear that. Beer break. Birra Moretti do not compromise like Phil Leotardo. Okay. How can Schlitz beat Moretti? Moretti goes better with a nice steak. Have you done that challenge? Have you eaten a nice steak with Schlitz and then eaten a nice steak with Birra Moretti? You've actually done that? You have empirical evidence to back that up? All right. It's close. Now, I'm not going to say Schlitz are running away with the show, but it does win. Sorry, Birra Moretti. Nothing against Italy, but it doesn't win. They removed Oettinger from Lidl suddenly. I think they just replaced it by Birra Moretti. I think it's the same stuff. Oh, haven't not tried Schlitz, can't get it here. So you can't really say Schlitz can't win because you actually haven't had it. If you had Schlitz, you would change your tune. I do believe you would say, wow, America does win in this particular case. So S for Schlitz. Clearly, I knew that on aroma only. When I did the aroma, I was like, that's Schlitz. All right, that's Birra Moretti. So Birra Moretti loses, if you want to say lose. I got that one at Mathern's. I did. I got it at Mathern's. So $1.59 for a single. So 1.59 times 6. Yeah, it's going to be like $9.50 for a 6-pack. So why would I pay $9.50 for a 6-pack of Birra Moretti when I can get a 12-pack of Schlitz for $11.49 or cheaper, and it tastes better? So common sense, I wouldn't do that unless I went mad. All right, so we're shutting this down because I'm going to watch college basketball. I'm already missing the game. Okay, I wouldn't put it past my stores from keeping the hot new beers until this Friday. Oh, they will do that now. You're right. They'll keep them in the back because the company will say you can't put it out till, because I know stores that get Goose Island, Bourbon County before the Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving, and they hold it because they can't sell it. Well, at least not legally. Haha. You know what I mean? That's the contract they make with the breweries. So, okay, Ettinger is extremely good Pilsner. I believe you. My Lidl doesn't carry beer in New Jersey. Lidl. We don't have that here. We're getting Aldi, though. Schlitz all the way, says Brando. It appeared on the West Coast for a brief moment, then went away again. Every time I was drinking one, someone would inevitably ask, where the heck did you get Schlitz? I had the same experience. Anytime I'm drinking Schlitz, like at a tailgate party at Tulane University or whatever in New Orleans, people will say Schlitz. Or if I'm buying Schlitz at a store, some old guy, I say old, like over 50 years old. I was at a store in New Orleans, or right close to New Orleans one time, and I had a 12-pack of Schlitz in the basket. And this black guy came by and he said, who? He said, who? Where'd you get Schlitz? I said, they got it in the back. He said, man, I used to drink that beer. That was good. That's what he said. I said, yeah, it is good. But he was like stunned, he was just walking in the store and he just like stopped, like he got shocked. And he said, "Whoo, Schlitz." So yeah, I know the experience. So and I've had many people I've talked to here locally, and I say, "You like Schlitz?" They don't know what I'm talking about. What is that? They say, "What is that?" These are younger people under 40 years old. What is that? I said, "Well, they got it right over there." But they won't try it. I say, "Well, they'll say, oh, it's probably bad." And I look at them straight. I say, probably bad based on what? Based on the fact that they never had it. That's the mentality that we're dealing with. This is how people evaluate things. That beer is probably bad. And how do you reach that conclusion? I never had it. It's a bizarre outlook on life, but it's shared by probably most Americans. Okay, I wonder how a regular Schlitz and Schlitz malt liquor bull will do in a comparison. Well, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense because that would be a regular lager beer against a Helles Bock, adjunct Helles Bock. So it'd be like saying, how does macaroni compare to yogurt? I mean, they don't. And of course, that's more extreme, but you know what I'm saying. Aldi and Lidl have a great Vienna sausage and canned meat. I've noticed that. Aldi snacks, the Clancy brand, are very good. Thanks for the advice. What company makes Schlitz now? Pabst Brewing Company. At least they own the rights to it. They don't actually make it. The name of what? Beer prices went up. You're right. Okay, well, anyway, that's enough of that. Enough blab from me. Style is Schlitz. Schlitz is an American adjunct lager, meaning it's made, but they add corn, rice, or both to as a filler, as a fermentable. It's not all barley malt. A very old and common practice in most of the world. Mexico, United States, Canada, etc. The Netherlands, England, so on. Belgium. So, well, you win again, Schlitz. I don't like corn adjunct in beer. I think if you drink Schlitz, you would. You know what I mean? If you drink Schlitz, you might change your mind. If you drink Birra Moretti, you might change your mind. So onward and upward. You might say, well, what are you going to do next? A Mexican adjunct lager against Schlitz? Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea now, would it? You'd wonder how that would work out because Mexican beers have that very interesting Mexican corn, that Mexican corn flavor. I don't know. I still think Schlitz would win, but you'd have to do the challenge. You have to do the challenge, right? What was my first beer? Oh, wow. You mean as an adult? Oh, Miller High Life. Yes. But as a baby, probably Schlitz, Dixie, or Miller High Life, Falstaff, Jack's, perhaps. First beer ever. I can't remember because I don't remember what beer I was sipping on when I was a year old. See, in Louisiana, when people have barbecues and crawfish boils and hanging out, they let the babies drink the beer. I don't mean the whole bottle, obviously. But if the parents drinking beer out the bottle, they say, let the baby drink some, and then the baby loves, my father said all babies love beer. So as a little 1-year-old or 2-year-old, I would say, give me some. And then they would let me drink the beer out the bottle. And I can remember that. It always tasted so good, like it would be hot outside like it usually is in Louisiana. And you'd be small, 2 or 3 years old. And the beer tasted so good. And I know it was Miller High Life, Schlitz, not Pabst. Miller High Life, Schlitz, Dixie, Jack's, or Falstaff, because that's what they drink. I look at all the old photos. That's what they always drink. So I know it was something like that. But it's usually those little stubby bottles like Miller High Life. Not the 7-ounce ponies, just they used to make short neck 12-ounce. That's what they would drink. All right, that's it. I told you I got to get off. James is stuffing his face with duck. That was out of luck. Yeah, James loves to do that. What beer did Chuck Norris drink? I don't know. Schlitz versus Corona Familiar would be close. Now, that's true. That would be a battle, boy. What about Schlitz versus Michelob? I mean, the real Michelob, not that Michelob Ultra. Ron, how is your father? I always wish he came for more reviews. I know he stopped drinking beer in 2003. He is a character. Well, he was fine when I talked to him this morning. He went walking in the cold, said it was freezing. I found out he was tougher than me because he went walking at 6 o'clock, 6:10 a.m. in the dark, and it was 32 degrees. And I was too babyish I had to wait till the sun came up. And he's 77, so I guess he's tougher than I am. I had a cousin that their parents would buy him a 12-pack. He was only 6 years old, and boy, he could drink. That's a lie. You lying now. All right. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. He must have been a fidget like on our game. On our game. Probably smoked cigars, too. All right. Thanks, everybody.